Let's talk about how to actually communicate in dating, in love, in relationships, and we can even extend this to friendships. But because I am a love scholar, I'm going to be talking about this from the lens and under the umbrella of romance. A lot of times, that relationships or the reason why relationships fail is due to not only the lack of consideration, but the lack of giving supportive responses. I don't think people understand how far support actually goes and like feeling supported. But I also want to speak about that through the lens of communication and dialogue. So, thinking about the role that dialectic exchange plays in every facet of our life, think about tone. Think about when someone raises their voice at you. Does that make you feel safe? Does that make you feel supported? I want you to understand that level of safety as it relates to communication does not evaporate when you go to romance. It actually softens and deepens. That's why ghosting feels and is so harmful and hurtful to someone. That is why cussing someone out is harmful, hurtful, and depending on the situation, abusive. That is why shutting down in conversations is so hurtful and harmful because the other person does not and is not giving or getting a supportive response. And I understand there is a plethora of reasons, rationales, and justifications on why you communicate X, Y, and Z way. Okay? But at the end of the day, you are an adult. And I need people to understand what that actually means outside of like, you're grown. You are responsible for also being considerate, even in conflict. You are responsible of giving supportive responses, even in conflict or disagreement. And if you can't, due to, again, a plethora of reasons, whether your feelings are hurt, whether you feel misunderstood, whether you don't care, whether that was not in your intention, you can always choose to take a moment. I'm not saying this moment needs to be prolonged for weeks or days on end. But you need to understand when you are not listening. Like, genuinely. Are you engaged in this moment? Are you engaged in this conversation? Do you have the space to hold this right now? Do you have ears of compassion? If not, that needs to be verbalized.